evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Oh, Jamal just pops up. Okay, so he was lurking in the background. Typical. Happy Sunday, everyone. My name is Fabrice, and welcome to the Amateur Footballer Unhinged Show. I want to give a big shout out to Gail from Hungary. Thank you for tuning in. And the ABK waiting in the background. So again, thank you to everyone that's actually tuning in. My name is Fabrice. I'm the host of the Amateur Football platform, where we talk about everything grassroots and a little bit more as well. And again, thank you for tuning in to the show. So at the top, I have Barry from Ultimate Sports Network. Thank you, Barry, for coming on. Next to him in the England shirt, I believe, is Jamal Horn from the London FA. We have Barry G, who's the founder of Independent, and we have Ben from YesRef, who's literally going to talk briefly about what YesRef does. And then next to him, we have Nana, who's a level 5 referee. How is everyone today?
Yeah, great, thank you. Yeah,
hello. Cool, great stuff. And again, people who are watching, this is a show for you guys as well. So if you've got any questions or comments, please put them in, and I will try and fit as many questions in as possible. And Barry has taken another phone call. What's going on, Barry?
I'm back. All right.
Barry took off his camera but left the mic on. You're supposed to be the other way around.
I tried to do both. It didn't work.
Oh, it's funny. But as I've kind of said before, today is about YesRef, the app, the business, the founder. So thank you, Ben, for spending this time with us. Could you please explain what YesRef is about, and also who is Ben? Who is Ben behind YesRef?
Hi, I'll start with thank you. Thanks for the invite onto the show. Really kind of you. That's great. So I'm the founder of YesRef, which is an app-based product that helps people find and pay referees. I've been a referee myself for 16 years, fortunate enough to find my way up to the National League, work quite closely with my county FA around supporting referees and getting referees through the system, and found it was quite difficult finding additional games. There's so much football that's played, so much sport that's played day in, day out across different sectors, education, businesses, grassroots football, grassroots sports in general. And there was no single source to find all those games that are out there that need referees. So me and my business partner decided to create that. We've been going 2.5 years now, going really well. And then we've added on another product around paying referees. So we started building this all before COVID. So it's not a COVID-related product. It was something that we were building in the background before that. In a nutshell, we found that it was really difficult for some clubs, not everyone, totally get that, to find cash on match day with the increasing ways of digitally paying your match fees and your subs to your club. On match day, there doesn't seem to be any cash around. So then the manager or somebody has to go and get £1.50 or £1 from each parent and give the referee £25 in £1 coins, which is, for me personally, not ideal. Maybe for that referee, not ideal, no problem. We then moved into more digital payments. And that means the referee have to share their bank details everywhere. To every club that they go to, they have to share bank details. There's no visibility around when the payment's going to be landing, how quickly they're going to get it. Unless you track it yourself via spreadsheets or whatever, there's no way to easily do that. So we've built a payment system that pays referees instantly in real time, without the need for managers or to have to collect bank details, set people up in payroll, depending on kind of what sector of sport that you're in. And that's it. That's YesRef.
Cool. Nice one. And again, Ben, thank you again for spending this time with us. So again, this is a Q&A. People who are watching, but like panelists, as I've kind of said before, this is a Q&A. So hey, we will kind of ask Ben questions, and again, Ben will answer them, and again we will kind of have conversation about certain things. I might interject with like certain things myself that I've noticed or seen. And you know what, Nana, let me start with you.
Thank you, Ben, for coming on the show. So far, I've been a ref for like 7-8 years. And so far as I'm concerned, we've never had a problem with getting referees for games. So, one, what does what is it going to do differently? Two, how secure? Because as you were saying, you are gonna pay refs instantly, which means that we as referees will have to share our bank details with you. How secure is your database, for example? Because if you're going to give our personal information to you, which in this day and age people use for all sorts of things, why would a referee trust your software or business to be able to give all that information to you, without using it for anything other than what it's meant for?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for your question. So the first, I'll answer the first bit first. I think that the whole process, and it has been for years, is very manual, right? So we have clubs. Some counties, or every county does something different within football, and every sport operates very differently. But the crux of it is that millions of hours are spent every year texting, phoning, putting on Twitter, putting in WhatsApp groups, throwing out carrier pigeons, whatever it is, trying to find a referee if you don't have an appointments officer. And if you do, perfect, it works really well. We work with leagues that have appointments officers, but also have some spare games that they need covering. And rather than spending hours phoning and doing it manually, introducing technology that supports that process is what we're looking to do. So for sports providers, it massively reduces the time that they spend trying to find a referee, because the technology that we have sends instant notifications. Referees have preferences. If I'm only interested in this type of football, I'm only looking for walk-in football, women and girls football. I've spent many years getting phone calls from loads of different people, texts from people around football that doesn't interest me. I don't want to referee. And it's probably not fair on those people that they spend their time phoning me, trying to see if I'll go and referee for them, if that's not the type of football that I want to referee. So having the preferences that we have in our system allows you to only get notified by the games that you're actually interested in. So for me, it's and we know it's true. We've got many users that find it much easier to put the game onto our platform, let our technology send out the information to the referees that are interested in those games, and then we send the notification back to the sports provider if a referee's been found for them.
Cool.
So I think that's one of the bigger benefits we have with our Finding Referees product. And then you talk about secure data. Obviously, as a company, we have a hell of a lot more rules that we have to go through. If we're holding people's data, we register with the Information Commissioner's Office, so that they dictate how we hold data, what we do with data. We penetrate test all of our products. We spend a lot of money on safeguarding people's information, whereas some referees are happy just to go and throw information out to clubs and people who they have no idea who they are. We as a business have to be really strict with what we do, constantly testing, constantly making sure that our platform is secure, because as a business, we can't have the risk of that not going right. So we put a lot of effort into it, because for us as a business, that's key, right?
Okay.
I mean, everybody must be. Is everyone loving Ben as much as I am right now? I mean, it is just. I'm loving it. Just slick, straight to the point, concise. Love it. We've done a game before, haven't we, Ben?
Maybe.
I think we have.
Where would that have been?
Bear with me. I'm really good with faces, so yeah. I think I was fourth official. Would have been.
Okay.
Would have been last season.
Any indication on league competition?
I think Durkin was the referee.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
So we're
Durkin was the
talking
referee.
National
Okay,
League.
Okay, well, you
No,
know,
I think FA
hold on.
competition. I think it was FA
Like,
Trophy. I think
this,
it was.
this
At
isn't a
Barnet?
Guess
No,
Who show.
not
Like,
Barnet.
like, this is like, you know, we're not playing Guess Who.
Right.
But anyway,
Dorking Wanderers. Dorking Wanderers versus Barnet. I think it was because it makes sense.
Correct.
I think you mentioned something like this quite briefly.
And I was the senior referee, wasn't I? Senior assistant referee. Sorry.
Well, you AR1. Okay. Would
Yeah,
make
I think
sense.
I was
Oh,
over
yes,
by
you were because then what's
There
his
was a
name?
red
The
card to
manager.
the left-hand side.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, I
So
remember you mentioned. I mean, I just yeah. So Tabrice mentioned something that
Oh,
you
hold on,
mentioned from last week,
wait.
or
Hold on.
can
Hold
Barry
on.
or Nana? Can you mute Tabrice because he's really interrupting here?
I love that.
What's the problem, Tabrice? Ben having
you
a
know what?
conversation. A lot of referees are
Yeah,
watching
I know,
this. This
but
is
you
what
know,
they want to hear. So
I know, but like, you know, you guys started off like a kind of a Guess Who, you know, type of game. You know,
there's
I just wanted to know
no
exactly.
guess who. We're just having a conversation, but you're interrupting. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
And,
No.
let's have an open mind. You must be interrupting for a reason. Go ahead.
No. You know what, Jamal?
Go ahead.
Please ask your question.
All right, cool. If you could just press the mute
So
button.
you just
that'd be great.
wasted almost a minute of Jamal's time asking questions, and you didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything, you know.
Bloody hell!
So Tabrice mentioned that because I was just speaking last week on the show with Barry and Laura, and I was speaking a bit more broadly about the few companies who are trying to get involved with the sort of referee appointing situation. It wasn't anything particular to Yes Rep. It was with the whole entire principle over it. Then obviously I said several things that were very blunt, very straight to the point, and also just sort of my view on it. You know, I had no idea someone like yourself was behind it, someone who's actually from our referee community. I'm not sure what part of the country you're from. I would know where you're not from, but had no idea it was someone apart from the referee community. I still stand by what I said. I still think that's pretty much what it is. It'd be great for that to be cleared up today. For some of us who've been involved in referee development and referee appointing for 10 years plus now, the older generation always made it pretty clear that they were really against this sort of thing. Cool, old generation, the dinosaurs, not really involved anymore. Okay, you know, because time moves on, things move on. Some of that's still lagging though, you know, in regards to, you know, referee appointing, people making money off of referee appointing, because for so long it's been done in a voluntary role. Because the bottom line is, you said you're running a business.
Mm-hmm.
Now there are several aims of a business. Support the local community. You want to provide a service that isn't being provided for effectively. You want to take advantage of a gap in the market, utilize a niche and maximize it. However, the reality is there is always going to be a significant profit-making element of the business. Now, I would hate to do or say anything to affect a business's profitability when the people running that are from my own community, which is the referee community. So the question is, how much do you guys earn from each referee appointment? And is this clearly a profit-making business? Those are the two questions I would have.
Okay, yeah, fine. So you're absolutely right. We are a business, and to deliver the service that we want to deliver, you need to pay for it, right? I think there was a comment made last time around profiteering, which is obviously making an excessive amount of money for a service. But I think if I use the analogy that I use quite a lot when speaking to new clients, if we go back 20, 25 years and someone said to you, I can make you a hot, fresh cup of coffee on the go, but it's going to cost you £3.50. 25 years ago, you'd have laughed at them, right? And said, absolutely not a chance. Fast forward 25 years, we now have some people that go to Starbucks, not Costa. It's because it's a nicer road. It's potentially a nicer coffee bean, and then we put an extra shot of syrup in it, and then we have an extra shot of coffee, and then we pay another £1. And actually now our coffee costs £5, whereas 25 years ago we would have never have paid £3.50 for a coffee at the side of the road. So as we go through advancing in life, new things happen, and people get used to paying for something different. Right? Is my point I'm making around the coffee. So yes, I totally understand that we're introducing a cost to something that's never had a cost before, and I understand that. However, times change. We go to the local convenience store around the corner to get our tin of beans for dinner, and it's £1. Whereas if we drove 5 miles down to Tesco's, we know we could get it for 35p. Other brands are available. So it's all about convenience, right? If no one likes our products, don't use the product. It's okay. But we have leagues, clubs that spend hours trying to find referees, whereas actually for £4 you can find and pay a referee. So that's the whole process. Who's the right level? They're qualified referees because they have to prove to our compliance team that they're qualified. And then we move the money from A to B when the time is right. What we're actually doing is providing a brilliant service as well to universities and businesses and different education providers or different providers that are unable to pay a referee on the day. So we've got many customers that are universities, and previously they would only pay their referees at the end of the month because they have to be added for a payroll system. They've got to do X, they've got to do Y. And potentially to some referees, that's not attractive, right? So if we're letting the speed in which a referee gets their money affect the amount of games that are being refereed by a qualified referee, that has to be a problem. So it's the cost is very, very straightforward. We display it on the website. It's £4. There is no sign-up fee. There is no monthly fee. There's no subscription fee. There's no onboarding fee. And you only pay if it's successful. So you can post a game for free. No referee takes it. It's cost you nothing. So we only charge on success.
So the clubs have to foot that bill then, or does that money get taken out of the referee's match fee?
No, the club pay for the club pay the cost, or the sports provider, because like I said, we don't just work with clubs. We work with NGBs in different sports. But yeah, ultimately it's the person that's trying to save the time and find the referee that pays the cost. And
so it's a lot bigger than just football, basically. And
yeah.
You are basically focusing on football that isn't really that affiliated in a way, i.e., you're dealing with sort of Bucks football or you're dealing with colleges football. You're not really dealing with sort of the typical sort of grassroots.
Yeah, we've got hundreds of grassroots clubs, hundreds.
So hundreds of grassroots clubs. So what I'm trying to understand here is, which is the main point that I made last week, is you and your organization in particular, you aren't necessarily creating more refs, so if we have a food shortage, you are getting some people. So, I bring some food for Laura and her kids. Like, here you go, Laura. And Laura's eating the food. Her kids are eating the food. And then she finishes eating. Oh, that was really good. Where'd you get the food from? I said, Billy and Laura from down the road. Yeah, I took it from them. And it's like, well, so wait, so in order for me to eat, they have to not eat? And well, that's kind of how it is, because there's a referee shortage, definitely not your fault. And
thanks.
There aren't any extra referees coming from anywhere. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, what's the situation here? How is this? This seems to be something that's much more divisive than helpful. And then there's a financial cost involved in it as well. What's the stance towards that? How do you deal with that when someone like me comes out and says, this doesn't feel too right?
Sure. But what we are doing is we know that we as a kind of society, as a population, we're moving to very much a digital age, right? Everything is going digital. So what we are doing is we're teaching the referees of 20 years' time to use the technology that's available to access a list of games, because there is anywhere that as a referee you can go, tomorrow night, the wife's going out, or I don't have the kids, or I fancy a game of football, unless you sit and spend hours on the phone. Hi, have you got a game tomorrow? Phoning around all these different businesses, phoning around all these education providers.
Baby, that isn't true. That isn't true. That isn't true.
Fine, of course it is.
No.
So if you wanted a game tomorrow night, where would you go?
Why would you choose a Monday?
Can I answer that?
Would you choose a Monday?
Yesterday, one of my games the venue got changed, so I didn't have a game. I was meant to do a game for Dulwich Hamlets and VCD. And this was about 11:30. I just posted on the Mastermind group. It's a referee group organized by Jamal and co. Over 250 referees in there. And within 3 minutes, I had a game. Well, I had 3 games actually within my vicinity and have to choose one. So that's how quickly we can get a game.
Yeah.
I guess my other question.
I don't really want this to be I don't want this to end in hey, you know, we're a service provider. This is what we're doing. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. No, it's not really that. This is for everyone watching. This is definitely not about agreeing, but it's definitely about understanding. You know, where you're coming from. How do you intend for this to be widely accepted within the referee community? What you're doing is fantastic for those clubs who do spend more time than they should trying to find officials for matches. The question is, how many enemies are you going to create here? Because leagues are not going to like this. Anyone running competitions aren't going to like this. Myself and my county FA do not like this. You aren't making our jobs easier. You're only making it more difficult. And then if you're doing so because you were running a competition, fair enough. But you're not. You're doing it for a profit-making business, not profiteering. You're not trying to maximize profit. You probably literally just want to be able to increase your income, which is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's not act like you're, human trafficking or something. This is a legitimate business. We're part of the same community. I'm on your side in that element. But in regards to this, when we know each week there is going to be 200 to 400 matches in Greater London without a ref, and we want to ensure that good quality officials are provided for as many of the potentially sort of difficult, challenging games, either with potential violence, potential safeguarding issues, or just closely contested football matches. How are we then getting referees potentially taking away to support this business? And then on top of that, our grassroots community have to pay extra for it,
Yeah, I think the important thing for me here is that we do work with leagues, we do work with competitions, and a lot of the time that's for our paying referees product. It's not because they need to find referees; they appoint, no problem, and they use us for the clubs to pay the referees so that we can keep the data secure, we can transfer the money digitally, we can do it all in real time. And I think with any business, you have a target customer, right? And it sounds like that your county, Jamal, are doing things. I said earlier, everyone's doing something different across all different sports. So, and that's also okay if your county FA is happy with what they're doing. Great, if it works, no problem. But if a referee then wants to go and visit his family and is away for a week and he's got his ref kit in the bag and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to do a game tomorrow night." If he's the right level and there's a game available and the club's going, "I just need a referee," we're providing an opportunity for another game to get covered with a referee that's the right level to do the game, and opening up all the games that are available.
Okay, cool. Coach Barry, would love to hear your question.
I'm listening to the argument. I just think, yes, ref is doing something was inevitable. I think everything in the long run is going to become centralized. Because it's not just refereeing what's happening. We've got organizations contacting my club about taking, like subs and stuff like that. They want to do it and they pay a small fee. It's coming. It's going to be, they're trying to make everything centralized. Eventually, London FA will be centralized in their system as well. So I can see, but I can see Jamal's point, you taking referees away from what he needs to come to join your argument, because you're putting everything on a plate for them in a certain way. Like they've got a choice of exactly what type of game they want to ref, which is great still. But did you approach organizations like Jamal and things like that when you were setting up and have meetings with them to see? That is one of my questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll jump in and answer that straight away. When we first started the company a couple of years back, we went out for every county FA and explained what we were looking to do, explained why we wanted to do it, who we think we were helping, and kind of our roadmap for the business.
Yeah.
We've had follow-up meetings with several county FAs. Some have said, "Look, not really interested. It's not for us," and that's okay. That's all right. But then we've had others that have kind of jumped in straight, like 2 feet in, and said, "Yeah, let's work together. What can we do? How can you help us? How can we make it easier for referees to find games?" Because not every competition, not every county FA have appointments officers. So I know loads of people from.
But Ben, as a referee, obviously as a referee, and you've worked in the same place as Jamal and Nana, you knew by what you're setting up is going to cause a conflict of interest at times. So have you had things in place to deal with that, to deal with other counties or people who think that way? And what do you cover? How big is your scope? What do you cover? What area do you cover?
Yeah, so what we've tried to do...
Because what I'm basically trying to say is stepping on toes. That's what Jamal's saying.
Like County FA, we want to understand why, because we, the founders are referees. Like we have between us 30 years experience around football, so we're not just some venture capitalists that have gone, actually, we can make something out of it here. We truly believe that what we've got helps. So we spending time one-to-one with the County FA and explaining what we've done and why we've done it, they completely understand. And whether they've gone, look, at the moment it's not right for us because of X, Y, and Z, no problem. And there have some have said, yeah, do you know what? We're not really a fan of this. We're not sure we like what you're doing, and that's also okay. But what we are focusing on are the counties and the sports that don't have that designated appointments officer to increase the visibility of games. But the most important thing for us is we're making sure that referees are getting paid on time, as early as possible, digitally, without the need to share their details. And if being honest, that's our biggest product. It is paying the referees.
I don't think people could ever doubt that this organization in particular is designed to help. I think the question would be, help who? Because I'm not too sure it would help the ref. Definitely wouldn't help County FA, not from my angle. I think maybe it could. I think, like I said, I would never act as if this is the worst idea, because it definitely isn't. I could probably just about sell that's a good idea. I can't say that's a great idea or a strong one. May become one, that's for sure. I'm just really surprised that, especially in London, we've had several businesses try to start up before, and the reality behind it was almost like, obviously this is pre-COVID, so when this happened, so 2017, 18, and 19, when referees, 98% of the time got paid in cash directly after the game. Now that will always be a payment service that you can never compete with. There's no faster service than getting paid before kickoff or just directly after it. And the whole bank details argument, that's a pretty good angle, because as we move towards more of a cashless society, cashless economy, that will become more and more valuable for YesRef and similar companies. But I personally shut down three companies who are trying to profit and get access to my group to get paid off of this. So I don't really see it per se.
Okay, so hold on. So you personally shut down 3 companies. So is like that a indirect? I'm not gonna say threat, but hey, like I mean,
who's that? That's good. Oh. But Jamal, the league we're in, we've lost over 50% of referees in our league. So we hardly get referees for our games on the weekend. So how do we resolve? How is it going to be resolved?
Yeah, from what I know in your league, I think you're looking at. I don't know about the figures in particular, but I think you're looking at between 100 and 150 matches per week, and a referees panel with about 25 referees available each week. So even if each ref were able to do 3 matches each, over half of your games will go uncovered.
Every week is like that.
But that has nothing to do with any sort of business who's trying to create a referee appointing system, because they don't create. There's a food shortage. They don't create food. They can redistribute food. That's fine, but a shortage is a shortage.
We don't have Ben recruiting youngsters and getting them into training to join this company. I don't know.
That would be the key. That would turn YesRef into from a good idea to a golden idea. If they're able to then create refs, then that's it.
You ever asked him, Jamal? Have you asked Ben? Ask Ben. Ben's here.
Ben is right there.
Ben is clearly very, very good at selling, and the intellect is there. He is slick. It's obvious. You cannot get to the level that Ben is at without a significant amount of intellect. So I really, really doubt that Ben would have missed something out that's that crucial when he was talking about the business in the introduction. Because companies don't have the power to qualify officials. Organizations can approach a county FA and fund a referee course. That would be the way through. That would have to be the way through for YesRef. Could you go through and start making a profit to a certain level and then start to fund referee courses, create more refs, build your panel, and then all of a sudden, hey, YesRef, we come back on the show. I'm like, Ben, what a great, I always told you this is a great idea.
So, is it okay to come in?
Yeah, 100%.
YesRef, and you'll see it on our website. We've committed to the YesRef Foundation, and we as a business will be, once we've hit a level in the business that's we want to get to, which us, the company, know, we will be putting a percentage of our profit into the YesRef Foundation so that we can support people, because the referees course is expensive, right? To support people to pay for referees courses.
Hold on, bro, Ben. Can we be careful?
Can
we be careful?
Let Ben finish.
Can we be careful with our terminology though? Because expensive is very subjective.
Please let Ben finish.
Okay.
There's
a significant cost to doing a referee's course.
Significant is also subjective.
We've already said 3 years ago, when the company was started, that we would put a percentage of our profits into that so that we can support people, not necessarily young people, support people with referee courses if required. And it doesn't just really stop at referee courses. We see that clubs struggle financially, clubs get hit by emergencies. We'll get to a position where we can help with that, and we will do that because A, it's the right thing to do for grassroots sports, and B, the founders of the business are referees, so we understand and have been for 30 years combined some of the struggles at grassroots level across all sports around the world. So yeah, it was written in the blueprint of the business, in the business plan back in 2018.
Hey Ben, we can't be going around. We can't be going around saying that referee courses are expensive or saying they're significant. You can tell everybody how much you pay for your referee course and how much money you've made since then. Because with other football education courses, well then you got to give the full story, Ben. You can't say referee courses are expensive. I don't know if I would describe referee courses as expensive or a significant cost, especially in regards to coaching courses or other courses that don't increase your earning potential like refereeing does. You know, I would have paid £90 for my referee course, and since 2009 would have made over $100,000 in referee match fees since then. So I can never refer to the referee course as being expensive. You know, I couldn't do that because that comment is only going to make people, is not going to, and we're not talking about, oh, Ben, you're such a horrible person. You refer to the referee course as expensive. Now 330,000 people won't take the referee course because you said that. No, of course not. You know, but at the same time, it doesn't attract people. And you are in the business now. You know, I've been involved in where the numbers of referees registering has directly affected the performance of the company that I work for. Working for A&H International since 2015, that company is basically almost gone bust because of the reduction in referees being registered, reducing their direct market. And with the referee course being the gateway to that market, you know, referring to that as a significant cost or expensive. Now, the YesRef Foundation idea, oh, that's great. You have an element of intellect and brilliance about you. So I would expect you and your team to come up with those kind of things. And obviously that is dependent on the revenue generating and the profit generating performance of your business. But at the same time, the referee course is the gateway to all this because the referee numbers keep going down and down and down. It's going to affect companies within referee fashion, county FAs, and definitely YesRef.
Cool. Before if Ben can answer this question, hello Laura, hope you well. Oh, and yeah, so the question I believe from Gail, does Ben's company have a corporate social responsibility policy, and if so, I'm guessing it's where is it?
If I'm honest, I don't think we have got one written out yet. I don't think we do. Off the top of my head, there's a lot going on. I don't think we do.
Okay, Cool.
I have to defend Ben on that one. A CSR policy is a bit strong to ask for, because what would you be described as? Not a sole trader. Would you be a partnership or LTD?
Yeah, we're limited company. Yeah,
Limited company. Yeah, with the greatest respect for a company that's relatively new, I wouldn't expect you to have a CSR policy. That's a lot to ask for. Fair question, but that's a lot to ask for. You know.
Cool. Barry from Ultimate Football Network. Love to hear your question.
Ben, I was just going to ask, how long do you think it's going to take for you to get to the position where you describe around your foundation? How long do you think it's going to take till you get to that level?
Great question. I'd like to think by the end of next year. We'll be in a position to be able to do something good with it.
Okay. And do you know? Have you got numbers in mind? Or?
Yeah. We do have some numbers in mind. Not
figures. I'm talking about
how we want to get to, and then we know obviously what that will translate to, that we can put into the foundation, and we've got a really rough breakdown of what we want to do with it across referees and sports providers.
Sorry, is it Nana was going to cut in there? I think.
No, I think he answered your question wrongly, because you were talking about the number of referees as opposed to the amount of cash to support, referees, basically the cost. Yeah. That's the question you asked, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But before you answer, Ben, I guess what I wanted to add as well was there's clearly a huge gap somewhere that you can work with people like Jamal to make this product huge. Because, if he had come from inside the London FA, for example, because they fund the training of referees and with all the shortage going on, I think if it had come from inside the LFA, this would have been a different ballgame. We probably would have in this show. And if you are able to speak with the counties and get them on board in terms of what this company is all about, we are losing referees here and there. And as Jamal is saying, you can clearly understand that if somebody's training the referees, funding the training of the referees, and then someone is just taking them off where they are, the trainers want them to go, it's difficult, and obviously the counties will be very, very frustrated, because if simple fact is, if Jamal has trained me to be on this particular league, and your yes ref comes and says, oh, there's a game somewhere else, and I go there, he's losing all his efforts, training money that he's put into me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how you guys can do it, but
there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be competition. I don't see why
exactly competition though.
Ben's going to bring his ideas into the FA when he can create what he wants to do himself. Why?
But what is the competition?
I think the thing between Nana and Barry, I think that's a real debate, because neither of you are wrong, and that is the true principle of a real debate, when both parties have strong principles and neither are clearly in the wrong. I think the issue is there's no way around this. Ben and I are part of the same referee community.
Yeah,
we are eligible to officiate the same matches. We've already officiated a match together. So we aren't fellow referees, we're actually colleagues. We can be put on the game this month or next month. So what we definitely don't want is, I definitely don't want to compete. And with the greatest respect, Ben, you should definitely not want to compete with me. You shouldn't want to do that. That isn't good for you. Doesn't matter. I expect someone like you to succeed and whatever, and but you don't want that, because competition is also, people say money is the root of all evil, but I think competition is, because when we're just trying to get simple games covered, London Cup youth games covered, we don't run referee courses for companies to profit from it. We don't run referee courses for them to referee games that aren't part of our county. So I don't want to compete against you. Why? I don't dislike you. I barely know you. The little I do know about you, I like you. Why would I want to compete against you? I'd rather compete against a complete stranger who isn't part of the referee community. You've been sworn at on the pitch. So have I. That's why the referee community is so tight. We've survived a level of abuse and challenge over the years. I don't want to compete against you, but then you've created a business that is likely to create that competition against people we don't want to compete against.
But I mean,
what we can do, Jamal, is find a way together of how we make this work, right? Because technology is coming, and we have a very sustainable business model. We're launching. We've launched in several different sports. We're working with several different national governing bodies. We're going international. We're very close to going international at the beginning of next year in a different country, who are all for the technology. So it will come at some point. So we're working with a league that has a referees appointments officer, and they want to see if they can get more games covered across the different days that they play it during the week. And some of the other used cases that we've had is that if a referee is closed at the weekend on outside of MOAS, where the FA have their systems, and all of a sudden at 11 o'clock Friday night, they're actually now available at 9 o'clock Saturday morning, where do they go? Who do they ring? They can't ring anyone. They can't text anyone because it's too late. In the morning, if that person doesn't answer the phone and say, yeah, okay, yeah, please go to X club, potentially that referee won't go out and referee. But if he can take his phone out and go, oh, right, so there's someone that needs a referee 3 miles away, click a button, because he's eligible to do it because of his level, because of experience, etc., then we can send an automatic notification to both parties to say, yeah, great, they're on the game. You've now got a referee. How is that a problem? And
Can I ask something? So this is all new to me. So I'm looking at this from a layman's terms. So please, correct me if I'm wrong. But what did they do before someone like you came along? What did they do?
It's all just very manual. So they might text them, wait for a text back. It's all just a very manual process. And all we're doing is introducing the technology to save people time. And we've been very successful so far. And it's just allowing technology to do those manual bits in between to go, look, I need a referee. Our system will notify the referees that are at the right level, send a push notification on the phone. There's a game available if you want it. The referee could ignore it because they've got a game. They can go, actually, yeah, I'm free tomorrow night. I can go and do that game. Click a button and everyone knows about it. And then our system allows the clubs or the business, the provider, to pay the referee in real time into their bank without the need of collecting personal information, setting them up in payroll systems, etc.
Yeah.
So can I ask another question? Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on, Laura.
So through you, do referees get paid a different fee to how they would normally?
No.
So they get paid the same.
Yeah.
So obviously grassroots levels filter down and down and down, and clubs, the lower they get, the less money they have. Do you charge them all the same? Mm-hmm. Or do you affiliate what level they're at and what they can afford? Like some of these grassroots teams struggle for everything. So I'm seeing Jamal's point and I'm seeing yours 100%. But is it a little bit of profiteering on the it's very precarious at the moment, the way refs are, and that there is such a shortage through lots of various things. Do you come across teams that struggle to pay for your services? Do you charge a lot? How does that work?
Apologies. We touched on this earlier. So
sorry.
So that we don't have a sign-up fee. So it's free to download. It's free to register.
Is that for the ref or the team?
Everyone.
Right.
It's free to sign up. There's no registration fee. There's no onboarding fee. There's no subscription fee, monthly cost that you have to commit to. There's no contracts. It's just a pay-as-you-go product.
Like a commission.
You put a game on our platform, and that's free. And it's only if we successfully get a referee go, yeah, I'll come and do that game, that we charge our admin fee. So potentially you could use our app, not find a referee, and you pay nothing. So we're doing everything that we can that we believe is right. Yet, if we do successfully find a referee and he says, yeah, I can do that game, there's a £4 fee, which includes, we broke it down to just £2 to find the referee. So if we can take away a couple of hours of phoning around loads of different reasons, are you free this weekend? Are you free Thursday night? Are you free this night? Or you send a mass email out, you get 25 responses back saying, yeah, I'm free. You then have to tell 24 of them that they're not needed because we've got Jamal. And then the night after, Jamal's ill, he can't do the game, he gets taken for a game that takes priority in the order of precedence. Then you have to start that process again, and you have to go back to those 24 referees. I know you originally said you were free. I actually now need another one. And if we compound that over all of the games and all of the people that are doing that throughout the UK and nationally, globally, that don't have referee appointments officers because of the way that the organisation is set up, that's millions of hours potentially that's being spent doing that. Whereas
this is why you gotta like Ben. You gotta like Ben.
Ben's a businessman.
You have to like Ben. You have to like Ben. You gotta like Ben. I think Laura's asking a lot of the right questions. Laura's asking a lot of the right questions.
I'm just wondering as well, like, are you finding business hard with the shortage of refs? If you're not helping create new refs and you're just moving around existing refs, is it affecting your side of the business as well? Because that's what we need, more refs.
Hey Ben, you have to answer this question carefully. You've got to answer this question carefully.
So I mentioned earlier that
I'm not a horrible person, really.
Our product is our payment system of how quickly we can pay referees, and that doesn't need anyone to find a referee to happen. If a club's got the referee appointed to them or found themselves, then they can use our system to pay the referees. So what we've got some use cases of is a whole club from under sevens up to their adult teams that use our system to pay their referees. So we've got a credit facility that the club can go, I'll put X amount of pounds into YesRef. Their managers can use the system to go pay Tom, pay Harry, pay Sarah, pay Mike, pay Jill, and it comes straight out of the club funds. So the manager hasn't got to pay loads of 30 quids out throughout the season and wait for the treasurer to give them some money back. That doesn't need to happen. The club don't need to go around and go, can I have your £2, your £2, your £2, your £2 to pay the referee? It's all done centrally. And it's that system that is our biggest product. So
Ben, you moonwalk past that question.
You haven't answered the question.
You moonwalk past that question.
Yeah, you haven't answered the question. What's your?
The question was around how has it affected our business? The lack of referees.
The lack of referees.
Sure.
What does your business do to push new refs?
Our flagship product. Sorry, Laura, go ahead.
Sorry, and you said that you put some money in to help create new refs. But
not yet, Laura, not yet.
Not yet. I was going to say, because that's not happening, is it?
Yeah, not yet. We're building up a pot of money that can go into our foundation that we can support to pay for referee courses or to give money back to clubs so that we want to be giving back. And that's in our business plan that we will be doing that. But of course, we want to get to, there's no point saying to a club, oh, I've got 55 quid to give you. We've given out money to clubs already. We've given a couple of £100 to different clubs for different reasons. So we are giving some money back to organisations.
Yeah. Well, you've got to, haven't you? Because without referees, you won't have a business.
Yeah, but Laura, there's an old saying: some people milk the cow, but they don't feed it.
That's true.
So Ben, you need to feed the cow, mate.
Let me just
listen. Ben has to get.
Wait. Let me go a few comments. Hold on, sorry. There's a few comments. So I think Gail said when she was talking about the CSR, she was probably talking about the foundation part of the business.
Okay.
I think that's what she was talking about, which is fair. I think Abby's come in as well. Question to the FA: why haven't you done what YesRef are doing? And I think what it is, and again, I don't want to speak on like behalf of Abby or kind of anyone else. I think YesRef are almost like, I'd say like the Uber type, I would say like the Uber side of refereeing, and then the London FA are almost like TFL, where that's kind of literally how some people may like perceive it. And for me personally, you know, it'd be great if Ben and Yes Ref could actually work with the London FA and Jamal. Again, I'm
but see, the difference with that is that's a really good way of looking at it, Tabriz. So the difference with that is the person who's running Uber in this case has basically come from TFL. That's the difference. And it's like, you know, you're providing extra transportation. It's like, not sure it was really needed. And then there's a shortage of railways or a shortage of roads. And it's just like, but you're creating extra transportation, but there's a shortage of roads. Where are these roads going to go, kind of thing? That's kind of where it is. Because if Ben ever came to us before he started the company, I would have strongly suggested not to bother. You know, mostly because of the divisive angle of it. We don't want to create extra competition, and we don't necessarily want to fight against someone like Ben, who's within our own referee community. And then on top of that, where is this clearly going to benefit us? Because we're not trying to make anything slick. We're not trying to moonwalk past any questions. We're making it very clear. Ben, I have a feeling Yes Ref is only going to make my job more difficult. And if you affecting my performance, then you're affecting my money. Then we have a really, really big problem. And I'm just making that very, very clear because that's just who I am. That's my culture. That's how I was raised to be. You cannot leave this show. You cannot leave this podcast without knowing where all of us stand. Otherwise, we failed you. We aren't keeping it real. And Laura, both Barry's, Nana have done that without being disrespectful to you or your business. Because I have no interest in making your business bankrupt, or if I could press a button to make your business fail, I wouldn't press it. You've already started. You want to be successful. You're part of my community. I want what you want. If we're going by that principle, you should want what I want too. And if you want what I want, there should have been an element of consultation previous, you know, rather than this kind of just sneaking up on it. And then it's like, wait, what? Where did you come from? You're doing what? And then the people who run similar type of...
Because we've as mentioned, we've spoken many a times, or attempted to speak many a times to every county FA. Some have been more responsive than others. I get it's been a busy period for the last couple of years, especially the last 2 years with COVID and everything. We have always communicated. We've never hidden anything. Everything's clear on our website. You can see our pricing. You can see everything that we do. And we're more than happy to come and work with you. Find out what we do want to help. We are referees ourselves, and I think that's the most important part about our business. The two founders are referees that know what the issues are, and it sounds like you've got a great setup in London. That's not replicated everywhere, and there's not appointments officers that are working really hard on leagues and clubs. They just some places don't happen, and we've got different. Sport. Like, we work in several different sports. It does work. It does work, and it might be that we have to just be a little bit creative together of how it could work in London. And it's also okay if it doesn't work in London. I'm okay with that. I'd love to find a way to go, actually, we can take this offline and let's talk. Let's see if there is an angle that we can do it to help.
Well, I got three questions.
Our payment process is our biggest product. Getting referees paid on the day and given the visibility of their payments so that they can turn up to a game, have a look through the platform and go, oh, Yes Ref securely got my match fee. Whatever happens during the game, they can walk away and the money will be transferred in the bank within an hour of the end of the game. So we give the
I got three questions for you.
Time to know the referee didn't turn up or the game was abandoned, etc. The system, it's all built for that. And that's what the side of the business that we're really driving is the payment side, to make it easier for the whole club, as mentioned, from the younger ones up to the adults, to pay the referees. We've had some of our users ring me going, oh, actually, can I use this for our under 18s and 17s and 16 as well? Because it's just so much easier. Yeah, of course you can. And
okay.
It's there to use the product, right?
One second, Laura. So I got three questions for you, Ben.
Cool.
So one, which county did you get promoted from? Like, which county did you come through from?
Wiltshire. I've been Wiltshire all my life.
Wiltshire, right. So then which other ref are you working with?
Ollie Rodriguez Ballinger.
Say again?
Ollie Rodriguez Ballinger.
Okay. And then three, because obviously you're being I think everyone could agree you're being pretty open and transparent. And for one, I don't care if we never work together or not. You always get the utmost credit for me for coming on the show, because you never know what can happen. You've laid it out there, you know. So please make myself clear. I think I might be okay to speak for everyone on this one. You know, you'll always get a lot of credit from me because that is boldness. And then you're saying, okay, hey Jamal, I'm willing to have the conversation. It's like, yeah, but what's in it for us? It's almost to a point where, how could it be for us? I know it's a great point, Jamal. It seems like you have a certain setup, so therefore it may not be the most applicable service provider based on how we operate on things. But even so, other than just being open-minded and trying to assist someone from our community, why should we even speak to you? It's not even clear that there's a reason. What's in it for us?
What do you want out of it?
I mean, if you think that's the best response to that question, then fine. But the question will still remain the same. What's in it for us? You understand the business. You understand how a county FA works. So you know what the county FA, the KPIs would be in particular, and what all the objectives of a county FA would be.
Every county FA, every setup is different. So I don't think there's anything wrong with taking this offline, having a discussion around in more depth around our product, how it works, what it does. It is that there could be a market for you within your organization somewhere, because we are working across multiple sports, multiple NGBs, doing different things, and it works very differently in each county and across every sport. We're now operating in Scotland, we operate in Wales. We're looking at going, as I said, we're looking at going further international early next year if that comes off. So to sit down and have a discussion around, because clearly you want something. You won't tell me what it is here and now, because all you've said is what's in it for us.
Well, I mean,
because you're good at selling, but you're not selling now. You're walking past the question. I don't know why. What is in it for us? What could you provide us? Every setup is different. Cliches aren't going to get you out of this one. What's in it for us?
Conversation, and you'd go, look, we could do this, this, and this, but we want X, Y, and Z. That's what we want as County FA, and we're going to go, okay, either yes, we can do that, or no, that doesn't work, and that's how a discussion would work moving forward, right?
Okay, well, you know what? Because I'm kind of conscious of time, and we have a couple of minutes. I'm sure Barry from Ultimate Football Network can actually provide you guys with details to actually speak offline. Laura, I know that you had a question for Ben before he leaves.
Well, it was just a thought, really. So if so you're saying it's good for the referees, their fee stays the same and they get paid straight away into their bank. So that's good for them. But is it kind of forcing teams to have to use you, because the ones that don't are now finding it difficult to find refs? And the bigger you get, you're kind of going to take it over, and then everyone's going to have to use you. So they're going to be teams that then struggle because they can't use your facilities. But I don't know everybody's financial state and everything, but I know things are hard. So is it kind of like, if you're making it so easy, it's not fair on those that can't use you or don't want to use you? That's just how I'm seeing it. Does everybody have to use this facility? I don't know how it works otherwise, Yeah,
no, it's a great question, Laura. Thank you. No, do you have to use this at all? It's a convenience product. I think that's all I can really say with it. It's a convenience product. Yeah. If you don't want to use the system and you want to do things manually, that's okay. People will have referees that they know that they can just pick up the phone to go, "Hi mate, you free Saturday?" And yes, that works. So then they don't need to use us, and that referee wants cash. That's so that you don't need to use us. That's no problem. It's the same as everyone, and that's why yes, we need to make money. We're a business. We have to. That's just obvious. But we're not charging £25 a game. We're not paying you it's £5 a month whether you use us or not. If the game doesn't go ahead, if you find a referee and you put the money into the system to pay the referee, but the game gets postponed, we send you all of the money back.
That's what I was going to ask. Well, refunds, right? Okay.
And the money back to you is instant as well.
Right.
We'll move the money instantly back into your bank account, and so it's very much a convenience product that nobody, you don't have to use us. We provide a list of games that hits the referee's preferences. I'm only interested in X level of football, men, women, vets, under 15s, under 14s, whatever it is. And our system will just notify the referee about a game that's available in their area. We know referees have great relationships with leagues. And if they've got a game, they're very, very unlikely to come off it, because I always work with that league. But to pick up your phone and go, "Oh, there's an X tomorrow night," do you know what? I could get another 25 quid here. I'm going to go and do that. And the referee's going to earn more money because the visibility of the games that are available is in one place. I don't need to put a message in this WhatsApp group, this group, ask him to ask her to go somewhere else. If I can just scroll down a list of games that I'm interested in and go, yeah, I'll do that. Click a button, and the people that needed to find that referee will get a notification to say, got your referee.
Cool.
Ben, we know it works. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. We're across multiple different sports. We're in different countries. We're going bigger again next year. So we know it works. It might not work for everyone, and that's okay.
Cool. Barry from Ultimate Football Network, I want you to say, and again, Jamal and Ben, let's just say right now, as we're live, is there a possibility for you guys to speak offline? And Barry, next week, can you fill us in? Not fill us in, but can you literally at least say a discussion has been made?
Yeah, I can do that. But they're both on the network, so they should have access to each other through the group.
There you go. And Jamal and Ben, is that something that you two can actually do? Speak offline?
I'm always open. I love talking, so I'm always open for a conversation.
Jamal?
Well, it's good to see we finally got a smile out of Ben. It took an hour and 3 minutes, but at least we got that. I'll speak to Ben, but only because he's part of our referee community. If he wasn't part of our referee community, I wouldn't be motivated to speak to him at all. I think obviously that's the main reason. I can't get an answer to what's in it for us.
What you want out of it, right?
I don't really know. If you can't answer it publicly, I don't know how you're gonna answer it privately. But we'll see how it goes. I just don't see any true benefit in the short term anyway. I don't see any clear benefit. But he's one of our own. You can't turn your back on your own. So yeah, if he wants to have a conversation, he can.
Great stuff. And I just want to say, like a little plug, the facilitator of this is Ultimate Football Network. So again, guys, go and check it out. Thank you so much, Ben, for coming on. Thank you. Again, exactly what Jamal said. Thanks for kind of coming on and for this hour and literally answering all of our questions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is that my cue to?
That's your cue to.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, I got that. Thanks so much, everyone. Nice to speak to you.
Cheers.
Have a drink, man. Have a drink, man.
Thank you. Big shout out
to
Ben.
You know what?
Actually, you know what?
Before
we say that, guys, I was gonna say, before we kind of go into the next half hour, there's gonna be a short 1 minute break. So, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. Everyone to refresh and refuel, and we're back real soon. And we are back.
Nice plug.
Oh, I'm trying.
That's good.
again, just to
What
kind
happened to
of let.
Jamal?
Sorry, oh yeah, Jamal's left the building as well.
Oh,
Well,
That
what
was
did you
interesting.
guys think about that? The conversation.
Ben is slick. He can definitely talk. Well, he like Jamal said, he does have the intellect, and he's a salesman. So yeah, he's gonna pitch his, his views, albeit a bit obvious. But unless he's actually contributing to the development of referees, I don't think it's fair on counties like London FA who are spending a lot of money and time. Jamal was actually doing a course yesterday, trying to train referees, qualify referees into this business, only for someone to take them and put them into different games and make a profit out of it. That's basically what it is. I know everything is getting centralized and digitized, but there is a way to do it. I wish him to all the best, but I certainly wouldn't be joining that. Like I said yesterday, when my game got cancelled, I quickly texted a group, which most of the counties have. I'm sure if I went to Ultimate Sports Network, I'll probably find a game, somebody advertising a game or doing something, So just text one of the groups where we've been developed and trained, and someone will get back to you shortly, because there's always games around. There's an absolute shortage of referees, so lots of games are going unreffed every weekend. For someone else to pick them off and plant them somewhere else, there's a gap in the market, so obviously he's gonna take advantage of it, which is it is what it is.
They need to encourage new ones more, though, don't they? Not just keep moving
Exactly.
around the ones that are there and dwindling.
Exactly. If they're investing in the development of referees, I won't have anything to say about this.
no.
Absolutely nothing. But if they're not investing in, and you're saying, oh, we have an idea that when we get X amount of money, then we are going to put some money from the charity into developing referees. But that's if. And obviously, he would never share the figure with us. So are you saying if you make £10 million, that's the time when you're going to invest? You see what I'm saying? It's just, you invest, you help build, develop referees, then you can take them and use them.
Would he not disclose what they make then? Would he not?
No, that's something that he didn't want to do. I want to thank Gail. I'm not comfortable with what Yes Ref are doing, to be honest. If it was officially official, certainly, but I feel very uncomfortable with the independent
company doing it,
and I feel it's like privatization to me. And Simon, I would advise you to watch the show from the beginning. You just missed a really, really good debate. So I would say to you, watch the show from the beginning, and Ben will talk about everything about Yes Ref. Coach Barry, yesterday, did your team play yesterday?
He's switching the topics now.
Yes.
Yeah, go. Flipping it. Where did that come from? No, Tabrice, it absolutely poured down. We didn't play either. Thank God I didn't have to go and stand out. That's what I have to say.
We played, the youth teams played 2 London Cup games yesterday. The under 12s, unfortunately, lost quite severely, 6-2.
That's not too bad.
Laura,
I know
6-2.
someone that lost 10-1 yesterday. That's horrendous. And they weren't a youth team.
But this was the London Cup first round we're at.
You've got a fan, Barry.
You've got a fan, Barry. Look at that. You've got your one. You've got a fan.
Oh, I don't know.
We all like Barry G.
We like Barry G.
What
Barryisms.
The under 13s won. We played Clapham Rangers and we won. No, we played Escalade. We Escalade 3-1 in the soaking. I felt really sorry for all these young boys yesterday.
That's
and
abuse.
then I trained up.
That's abuse.
Yeah, and I trained the under-9s in the wet, and they wouldn't go. They stayed and trained for 2 hours in the rain.
Bless them.
It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
I got soaked, Laura, but
Yes, what are you
bless them.
thinking about?
Bless you as well. Sorry,
You got
yeah.
wet.
I stayed in my house yesterday and thought, yeah, bugger that, whatever. I'm
But-
not going out in that.
Once again, Barry's got some news.
Go.
Barry's
What?
got some news.
What news?
So I don't know if it's true, if it's not. Look at those things.
So, Brace, where's your breaking news thing? You need to get this
Barry,
sorted out.
Me?
It's Barry.
Who?
No, is it Barry? Not me.
Who's got breaking news?
Is it Barry G or Barry USN?
What news?
Tabrice. Can I ask
Me?
Tabrice a question?
Go on, Barry.
Breaking
Spill it out.
I don't know what it is.
I've heard through the grapevine that Tabrice has been offered to join.
What? Chapel.
That Tabrice has been offered to join Captain. Is this
Wow.
true or is this not true?
How the hell did you find that
I
out?
didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you was going to say
I
my
know
something.
Captain I know Captain very well.
Didn't know that, Barry.
What Wanderers?
Why? Oh, then let's have a look at Tabrice.
Listen, but you know what? I just want to say that when it kind of comes to
Just say yes or no. Come on.
listen, when it
Yeah, let's hear him
when it
ramble.
comes
You know he's gonna
to,
ramble.
Oh,
Before
right,
that,
hang on. What's the
players
time? We'll
and
come back next week.
transfers and like whatnot.
hold on,
there's
Toby.
always
Let me
a-
time you. Let me time you. Hold on.
Yeah,
Go on then.
Yeah, my battery's dying on my laptop.
What did he say? Yes or no?
Oh my God!
Is it true or false?
Just say
True
yes or
false?
no. And if it is, I'm
True
so
or
coming
false?
to watch you.
you know what? Yesterday I was with
Oh,
Independent
oh,
in
wait,
the
yes.
pouring rain, and you know, again, it was kind of one of those things that the whole team, the whole squad had to kind of literally fight for that result. And the squad is big.
Right, just shut up and answer the question. Man.
Right, I'm
What
telling
do
you
mean
now.
anybody in the
He
rain?
feels
It's-
guilty, so he's giving a big
Fuck's
speech
sake.
about how
Yeah.
brilliant the team are, and he's going to go, "Yeah, I'm buggering off to
Wait.
Catford."
Listen,
Oh yeah.
you know what?
There we go. I was waiting for Paul.
Oh,
Christ.
He's the oldest. Listen, you know what? Let me kind of just say, let me kind of just say, it's
Hang on.
right. I'll be absolutely honest with you. It's like not just Catford that I've kind of said a few things to me. I swear down to you, there's been 4 teams. So it's not just Catford. It's just, it's not Catford. It's not just Catford, should I say?
Who are the other teams? Please tell us.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Charcoal.
Yeah, is it? Are you coming
I'm
to?
not gonna
Are you
say.
coming to us?
I'm not gonna. Right now, I'm with Independent.
Oh,
Well done, Therese.
No,
Okay.
Well done.
that is honestly.
Yo.
Nana knows something. Nana, what do you know?
No. Listen, hand on heart. Hand on
Yeah.
heart. I don't know this conversation. But what I would
Yeah.
say is,
Yeah.
I mean, apart from our back and forth, Toby's and I, hand on heart, he's a decent player. And at the end of the
We actually
day,
speak like
you want to hang on to Breeze. Shut up a minute, please.
Yeah,
Like I
he's
said-
called the amateur footballer, but that's it. We don't
Yeah.
actually want you to speak.
Yeah, he's a decent player. And at the end of the day, as a footballer, you want to play where you want to play. So if Tobrice is playing for Independent, I'm sure he's going to give his 100%. If he moves to any other team, he's going to give his 100%. You're welcome at Catford if you come.
Wow.
Hey.
No, you can't do that.
listen. You know
Oh,
what?
Barry, how do you feel?
No. That's what I'm saying. If he's playing for Independent, he'll give his 100%. Any team is playing. But at the end of the day, you as a player, you want to play for where you feel comfortable. So
Look
the
at
end of the day,
Harry
the choice will be
Kane.
his.
Can I just say, he doesn't not want to be at Spurs. He is not scoring goals. If you don't want to be where you are, Tabriz, it'll be
100.
detrimental to the team. You've got to go where your heart and your head wants you to go.
100%. And again, I'll be real with you. Thanks a lot, Barry. And again,
Well done, Barry. Yeah, we need to send him out and get featured every week.
He's got eyes everywhere. But
My heart.
On a real level, again, Nana and I have spoken a few times, and I've not even mentioned to him. And again, Nana, please be honest. I've not mentioned to him about Catford at all. Like, we've just spoken about other stuff.
Rob, if you have, I'll lay you out on live.
100%.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not a liar like that. If we have not spoken about Catford, I honestly haven't had.
Where did you hear it then, Barry?
Wear it down.
Barry G.
Barry's got eyes and ears everywhere.
Yeah.
I know the people. I know the guys who run Catford as well. I know the guys that run Catford. Plus, I know.
Yeah, I mean
everything.
I know
everything.
I know.
Well, I mean, literally kind of say, going by what Paul said, we're happy for him to go. We want people to fight for the places. I would even say, I think, but however, I would like to say, I think on this platform, I think people are like only willing for people who would literally want to stay on the platform rather than removing themselves in a group. So, hey,
and on that bombshell,
it goes two ways. It goes two ways, without an explanation.
Let's get Paul on. Let's get Paul on.
That's black clock, That's black clock.
No, you know what? We don't need Paul on because again, Paul doesn't want to be on without no explanation. So again, let's take
that down.
Let's take that down.
Yeah, but it's strange that he doesn't want to be in the show, but he's watching the show.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Hi, Paul.
You know what, Nana? That just
Look what you've done, Barry. Look what you've created.
Hey, Laura.
Instead of honestness.
Laura.
Yeah.
Your team won me £100 today.
Oh yeah, don't talk about that. You're welcome.
Thank you, Laura.
water,
Laura, water.
What did you not do? Did you call today? Yeah, I'll drink
water,
that.
Laura,
Are you're Liverpool, you two, aren't you?
I'm a Liverpool fan.
So
he's a two-all.
Win today.
2-2.
Man City. It was a brilliant game.
Yeah. Again,
very good game.
Yeah.
Second half.
Yeah, second half, obviously.
Yeah.
First half,
isn't it?
Liverpool. I don't know what Liverpool did first.
Yeah, actually,
how did you get on, Baz? How was your team? How did they do?
1-1.
Oh, great.
Burton.
Oh, you about won that one.
Did you not see the goal we gave away? Oh my God.
Oh.
Back pass.
What do you guys think about?
Hold it, Nana. Nana, 1 second, Nana.
Go on.
What was your result? Because you're not talking about. You joined the new team and you haven't told me no result.
You weren't here, but I told them already. That's the first thing I said. We lost 2-1.
You lost?
Yeah. I spoke to them before you joined. We lost 2-1. We didn't have a 2-1.
Who did you play? Santos?
No, not Santos. South African team. Leon Stars. Yeah. It's one of the games, typical football. You have all the possession, play all. We hit the bar 3 times. Their keeper was outstanding.
You must have been favourites for that game. Jesus.
As of now, I don't know why we didn't win that game, because we were all over them. The first goal they shot from the halfway line, slipped through the keeper's hands, and then the very last minute of the game, we equalized. In the very last minute of the game, bouncing ball, defender slip, Guy runs in, slots it, done. It was a very painful, but the boys played really, really well.
Okay.
And considering it's a bunch of individuals coming together, like most of us are new.
Yeah.
Once we come good, it's a wrap for a lot of teams in this league. Because individually they're very, very, very good players, but they're new. That they're getting to know each other. So once they come together as a team, it will be really, really something to watch. It just reminds me of Independent a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So.
And Laura, I heard that the Metrogas charcoal game was postponed.
Yeah.
Why?
We didn't need Yes Ref to tell us. We just all messaged each other. It was just, the weather was horrendous, absolutely terrible. And a lot of them are tradesmen, and it used fuel as well. It was a culmination of things yesterday. It was all out of our hands. So it's annoying because I don't think we've got a game next week either. I think there's a gap. So, but we haven't forfeited any points. So we're still at the top.
Yeah. Must do anything. And
Nana, what's his name? Should the Liverpool, got sent off today? What's his name?
100%. The referee bottled it. 100%.
Okay.
Milner should have been sent off.
Milner. Yeah.
Milner, yeah. The referee bottled it.
What do you think, Barry?
Yes. Sometimes these high-profile games, referees, what is expected is to have 11 aside when the game is finished. So they will tell you, they'll find all the excuses to justify why this, why that. But it was a clear foul. He left his leg right in there. He's on a caution already. A caution means you've been warned not to do anything stupid again. And he did that and nothing.
I know.
Bear in mind, I don't like City. I don't like Liverpool, even worse. So I don't really care. But as a neutral, it was a perfect result for me. Milner should be sent off. He bottled it.
Well, I mean, Chelsea are still favourites, right? I mean, I'm gonna say Chelsea are still favourites to actually win. I think the United game. I think.
To preach in Liverpool.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
And the way you was talking about Pep the other day, Jesus Christ.
Listen, I stand by my. I like stand by. I still think Pep is a better coach than like Sir Alex. And again,
what?
Huh?
Oh no! Please, not again! I can't take this again.
Actually,
he said that
it's
Pep than Ferguson.
He is.
Are you high?
He is. But anyway, we've already had that conversation. Coach Barry, what is going on with Crystal Palace? They are they actually failed to shut up shop against Brighton. What is
Brighton are nothing to be sniffed at? They're doing really well.
Palace drew 2-2 today, didn't they? With Leicester, I think.
Yeah, we came back from 2-0, second half, 2 goals.
You haven't lost this season, have you?
We're a good side. We're building.
Yeah.
We haven't got the money like Liverpool, mate.
No, a bit like Wimbledon, mate. No money.
Yeah,
we ain't all got Klopp, have we?
Yeah, you got Klopp. No. Pep. He wants Pep, though, doesn't he?
Question, because I'm gonna forget this. There's a charcoal guy, James. Yes, that they're not going to lose in 90 minutes.
Fabrice, what have you done?
What do you guys think about that?
What have you done with that bloody post? My phone was ringing. Oh my god!
You're going to have every team.
I thought he was going to have an aneurysm.
This is a message for everyone in Vets football. Let it be said, and mark my words, the Charcoal Vets will not lose a game of football this season within 90 minutes. And I will take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely nobody that we are going to take over. We are going to win this top division outright, and we are going to claim the Senior Cup that we should have had last year anyway. Up the Charcoal.
Right, can I just say...
Hey, Laura, he's great, isn't he? He knows exactly what he's doing, isn't he?
Yeah, James.
He's
knows
great, great enough.
let me say, James knows exactly
I
what
don't
he's
think
doing.
you
James knows exactly what he's doing.
Wait.
Yes,
Say,
it does, Barry.
he's
You're right, Barry.
a very nice person.
Go ahead, Laura.
He's very passionate. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, he
And he's
loves
got
it.
No, he
vision.
knows what he's doing there, Laura. Come on, he knows what he's
What's
doing.
Come
that?
on, Laura.
What's
Laura, before you finish, why did, because I knew
Why did
you
he
were
do that?
in the
That's Tabrice's
no,
fault. Tabrice made
no.
him do it.
No, it's a different question.
Yeah,
You were in the
of
London
course.
Cup, weren't you? Why did you leave the was it the Senior Cup?
Yeah, so
to-
they got to the final, didn't they? And West Fulham won.
No, I'm talking about this year. This year
Oh.
you were meant to play independent in the Senior Cup, I believe.
I don't think we're in the cup.
Yeah,
So
you
we got-
moved from the Senior Cup to the Beckingham Cup. What happened?
I think it's because the players couldn't commit to. There's more games of a weekend. I think it's both
No.
days.
So
That's-
you in the league,
I
you're
don't
meant,
know.
you can be in two cup competitions. One either two external or two internal or one internal, one external. You were meant to play independent on the 25th of September, and you suddenly move from that cup to be in the Beckingham Cup.
I don't know.
There's rumors that this is because of a particular team that you came to the Beckingham Cup.
No, stop.
I want to know, is
just
that
say
true?
it. Listen,
No.
listen. Okay, you know what, Nani?
So I had-
No.
Yeah, all right, say it then.
No,
Not
you're
true,
being
'cause I would
nicey.
I would know about that if it was.
100. Listen, you're being nicey. And again, like, I don't want to keep reverting it back to our like nice friend Black Klopp. But again, there's even on the vet show, like, there was like a lot of angst between Paul and James. And you know what, Barry? Actually, the two Barrys, we know exactly what James is like. I know what James. The moment he sent me that message, I was in hysterics. I was like, he knows exactly what.
Yeah, come on.
However, I can also know James outside of that, in terms of this kind of vets football, in terms of the charity work that it does, and especially against Sands. And again, I think Laura can even testify. The moment the game finished, and they was doing their presentation, people were trying to get James to speak, and like he's like, no, it's not about me. It's literally about the people around, and like people were trying to push him like to the front, and he was like, no, it's not about me. It's literally about these like guys that actually. So honestly, like I think what it is, James wants the best for everyone in vets football. And again, you can either believe me or like not. But again, he like knows how to.
There you go, rambling again. What's that got to do with the cup competition we're talking about?
So why?
No. But
We played on the 25th though. We did play a game on the 25th, but I can't remember. Who it was.
So
the LSU. We played LSU on the 25th.
Yeah, which is the league game, but like independent game, Charcoal away game, but I believe Charcoal have come out of the Senior Cup to play in the Beckenham Cup, the same cup with independent, and there's a strong possibility that we could be playing Charcoal in the next round if like both of us win.
So a Charcoal in the Beckenham Cup.
Yes, so can I literally? I think what
did James call the Beckenham Cup?
Sorry,
what did James call the Beckenham Cup?
The Beckenham, James called it a Mickey Mouse Cup. 100%. That's literally what he said on the show.
Yeah, he said it's a Mickey Mouse Cup.
He called it a Mickey Mouse Cup, and now he's in it. But again, you know what? You can go into whatever cup you want to.
But he's in it for a reason.
Stop arguing for the Mickey Mouse Cup. I don't know what you got to say.
I know.
He called it a Mickey Mouse Cup. And now
he did call it a Mickey Mouse Cup, 100%.
So
Definitely.
you can't wrap up nothing nice or coat it up nice. He's in it now.
Barry, I think the point is that they have joined they have entered this Mickey Mouse Cup to play independent. That's what's happened.
We haven't got you yet, though.
Yeah, but not me.
Yeah.
You will have in the next round.
There's a strong possibility.
I'm
So
just
please
looking.
let Laura be the representative for Charcoal. You're not the
Oh my
representative.
God.
I'm not representing Charcoal. I'm just
Laura is the representative for Charcoal. Yeah, not you. About James this and James
Oh
that.
my God, I don't do
Laura's not the
politics.
representative
Come
for
on.
Charcoal.
Listen, you know what? I think what it is, and again, exactly what Paul said, and again, I'm going to quote Paul. Paul said, when a game is finished, the next day, no one's going to know your name. You're going to go home and say that you've won or you're lost, or you've lost, and people aren't really going to give a damn. So literally, if like people are getting wound up about this game and like what the outcome is, then you know what?
I think it's good for grassroots. This game.
I think people are
Yeah,
taking it
I like to
too
watch that game.
seriously. That's what I think. He's just
James is doing a wind up though. James is a proper wind up.
Yeah, but you're all biting. Don't let him wind you up.
You know what?
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it personally. He wants
No,
to
but-
get in. He wants to get
Mind games.
interest in this league. That's what he's doing, right? At the end of the day, he's trying to build it for everybody. He's even got this idea about something else that involves all of you, but I'll let him speak about that. But he really is trying to push the platform for everybody. He's not just trying to push the charcoal. He wants everyone to get more interested in Vets football. 100%. And to get more supporters for all the games. It's not just about him.
And
I mean, he
like,
doesn't even play, and he'd love to play. Do you know what I mean? So,
like, you know what, Laura? Like James like told me about that idea that, but I guess, but and like he said, what, don't like say like anything. Like when once like certain things are in place, then literally I'm gonna announce it, and I'm like, you know what? It's literally gonna help everyone. It is gonna help everyone.
It is. But he's got to push himself as a bit of a character to get. What do they say? Any publicity is good publicity, isn't it? And what we're all doing now, we're all talking about him spouting off on that blimmin' post that Tabrice wound him up over, and his phone blew up yesterday. And I got a phone call at work while I was at my desk, and he was like, but it generated interest, and now we're discussing it. So he is not a bad person. He's just people. I don't think everyone knows how to take him sometimes, but
I think exactly what I said before. I think you can't come out of groups because of one person. You can't feel offended if like you feel a team has gone against their word. They don't owe anyone anything. Independent, Catford, Charcoal, LSU, AB. They don't owe any of the teams when it kind of.
Who are you talking about? Who?
No, but literally, I'm
Who are
saying.
you talking about?
What do you mean?
Who are you talking about?
I think he's talking about them calling the cap Mickey Mouse and then joining, and that's what Tabrice is saying.
But why do you keep saying about Charcoal? Leave that. Let Laura talk about Charcoal.
No, I think Barry. I think what you don't get is
Tabrice. No one on there has got anything against Charcoal.
I don't know about that.
What you don't get is
I don't even know who they are. I don't even know nothing about Charcoal. Really.
Some people have. The thing is, the trouble is, they've come in and they've done well, and people don't like it. LSU thought they were going to walk all over us, and they didn't, and they didn't really like it. And we've even approached to go up next season because we're doing well, and people don't like it. But it's competition. That's what football is. If it was the same people winning all the time, it'd be bloody boring, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. It's a bit of competition, and it stirred things up a bit. That's all. You don't mean anything bad by it. The trouble is I'll defend him because he's my friend, and he's same as Tabrice is my friend,
I think the season's so early. The season's just started, so I don't see the point. There's such a long way.
People have got annoyed about it already, Barry. It's just ridiculous. Just go with it and enjoy it, isn't it? It's just what we're all there for.
What you're saying.
Nana, because you referee the game, I'd love to kind of get your analysis of it. I mean, did Charcoal deserve to win? I mean, without giving too much away, I mean, do you think that they're title contenders?
100%. 100%. They are a team. They are a team. I know you understand what I mean in terms of a lot of other clubs with like good individuals. They are actual solid unit. They fight for each other all over the pitch. LSU were very good. They had some chance. I think they scored first.
Yeah, they
LSU
did.
scored first. Charcoal equalized, and then maybe about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes or so to go. Charcoal scored again. They have some really, really good players, and they can beat any team on the day. No lie.
They work well, and they communicate.
Yes, if I pick two teams to be at the top of Division 1, it will be Charcoal and LSUA. Because the way they play football, I've read a few games. I've read Charcoal versus Bromelians a few months back, and then LSU. I know the players, and I've read their games as well. And those two teams are, if you get them in the cup, you have to play different. You have to play out of your skin to win, because they're just that good.
What about Glebe? No, Glebe.
So Glebe, I don't know the same one who changed their names from.
They were One Bells, but
One Bell.
They got new players in as well.
Yes, I think they merged, didn't it?
Yeah, Glebe. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen them play with a new merge yet, but when they were One Bells, they were on top as well.
Yeah.
They were, so that I would have said the three teams that would be Crave for One Bells, Charcoal, and then LSUA. But I haven't seen Glebe play now with a merge, so I can't really comment on how they're going to do.
And from the no one's really said about the Division 2. Who should go up? Who's the strongest team in Division 2?
So at this present moment in time,
LSU. Sorry.
Well, hey, I would say Independent. I think Santos have started really, really well. They've got they've got an outstanding goal difference. There's Blackheath, who I haven't heard a lot about, and I will also say LSU B.
Okay.
I kind of do a show every Saturday and Sunday, shameless plug, about Vets football. I kind of do predictions on the Saturday morning, and then Sunday I literally do almost like a wrap up. And I did say that I thought Catford would be thereabouts. I'm very surprised in terms of where Catford are. Regarding
where's Catford? Where are you? Where's Catford?
They've lost 4 on the bounce. Yeah, they've lost 4 on the bounce this season. So this is the first game I played with my 20 minutes. This is the second full game I played with them.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier on, I don't think you're on the show then. Once the team comes good. Yeah.
So if I can briefly talk about the Independence game. So Independent played Wallingham away, and the Wallingham pitch was really, really, really good. But again, it was just torrential rain. It was, the conditions, I would say, were a leveler. It wasn't even really about the ability. It was like who can dig in the most. Wind, rain, injuries, substitutes, refereeing decisions. It had everything. And I can probably safely say maybe a couple of seasons ago, or like a few seasons ago, that would have been a game that Independent would have lost. But with sheer determination and grit, Independent won 4-2.
Okay.
And Ray, again, Ray kind of had a few things to say in the changing room, which I'm literally not going to discuss now. But in terms of like the positives were like, look, like we all dug in, and results like this at the end of the season, people are going to remember where we possibly could have won the championship. And this game yesterday, that was a pivotal game, definitely. So again, shout out to like everyone that played, all of the subs, people that subs that didn't get on, the management team, everyone. It was a real squad performance.
That's good. That's good to hear.
I think the good thing now with especially Independent is they got a very big squad. So they're always going to turn up with about 16, 17, sometimes 20 players, and that's a huge and there's quality on the bench as well. So it's a huge factor when it comes to the whole of the season. I'll be surprised if they win the league this season. They're just that good.
Okay.
So, Coach Barry, a question to you, which is indirectly part of, I'm kind of talking about Nana, but not to Nana. So, have you heard any developments between Nana and the people in question in terms of if they've spoken and things like that?
Why are you asking Barry?
I don't know.
Yes, you do know, Barry. You know everything.
Yeah, the Oracle.
This time
Breaking news. Here we go.
This time I honestly don't know.
Oh.
Nana?
Nana hasn't spoken to me about it, and the other party hasn't spoken to me about it. So I'm waiting.
Like I said to you, Barry, and I was honest with you. It is what it is. I've spoken my piece. I've said how I felt I was treated, and at the end of the day, things happen that you have to move on. For me, it's not about football; it's about friendship.
Yeah.
And I just don't think friends should treat each other that way. But again, it's a conversation for another time or
probably offline.
Or place. Yes.
I think it's time to heal as well. So
I want, like I said before, the reason I separated myself is because I want Independent to do well. I'm not bigger than the club. And if I was still there, I knew I'll say my piece. I'll say my peace of mind like I always do. I stand up for myself regardless of who it is. And I'll probably rock the boat. So it's better to, separate yourself from the issue, move on and let them do well. I have no enemies whatsoever. If someone to call my phone, I'll pick up. I'll pick up. That's just me. If I'll say my piece, if you don't like it, well, tough. That's what it is, and we move on.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Guys, thank you so much. So the people who are watching now, and also to you guys, next week's show, it's the London Vets Cup. So a lot of teams would have played their cup games. So I'm looking to get as many players, managers from like the.
Who we played, Fabrice? Who we played?
I don't think there's a game for Independent next week.
Yeah. You got that now?
I think Sunday, 11 o'clock. I don't remember the name, but it's not in the league.
Okay.
It's a London Club game.
Yeah. So
I'll get it up.
Yeah. So next week's show, again, it's literally about the vets competition. Hopefully we can get Jamal on. Hopefully we can get Owen on as well from Herne Bay, looking to get James on, looking to get someone from Independent as well. Again, then
James.
God, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But again,
you
know what, Laura? But see, Laura, you are now the plug now. You are the plug for Charcoal. So
do you know what though? Right. So please don't shoot the messenger. If he's got something to say, he'll say it. But please don't take it personally. And other clubs are available.
There's Owen.
Owen's come in and said that he's playing on the 16th now. Okay.
We need to get Owen on next week as well. Actually, he had loads of good stuff to say last time he was on.
Yeah.
Please come on, Owen.
Yeah. Owen. Okay. So all right. I have to probably look at the fixtures and see exactly when the majority of the games are, and see if we can probably do maybe a wrap up, maybe at the end of October, possibly, when most of the games are done. So, but yeah, let me kind of have a look at that, and I'll get back to you guys probably Tuesday. But no, I thought it was a really, really, really good show, very educational. Again, thank you to Ben to actually come on, coming on as well. Thank you to everyone that's contributed to the show, including Paul Barrett.
Should we get Paul and James on?
What's up,
No.
Baz? What's up, Baz?
That will not end well.
He's winding up the black clock.
No, listen.
Oh, we could charge box office for that, couldn't we? Hey?
Oh,
Anthony Joshua and you could have nothing on them too. There we are.
you know what? I mean, you know what? Again, you know what? Listen, you know, I mean, again, I had a crazy amounts of DMs as well, and managers that were saying, "How?" You know, literally cursing. But hey, you know what? I think it's very healthy that people now realize that, you know, vets football, you know, there's like, you know, players out there with crazy amounts of ability, and there's players that have journeys as well. You know, it's, you know, we've all gone through certain things, and again, football brings people together. You know, for those 90 minutes, you know, or 120, you know, you kind of forget about your problems, and you know, again, it's kind of good that you know, we can kind of openly talk about what kind of goes on, especially at the kind of vets level. So thank you so much. But yeah, guys, honestly, thank you. I mean,
Fabrice, is the video out with you and Nana? Is it released yet?
Oh yes, so that video.
When is that releasing?
Yes, so that's coming out
He's
tomorrow.
waiting to edit it.
No. You know what? Okay, so
it's been that video has been coming out for like 1 month. It was meant to come out yesterday at 12 o'clock. And they at 12 o'clock.
Hold on.
He's been on holiday, hasn't he? He's been
I want to see the video.
Hold on. I literally have an ad. I've actually got an ad.
Oh, here we
for
go.
that.
Strap in, quick. Here we
Hold
go.
on. Ad.
It's not a game, it's a redskin.
They're both good on their feet. Who is the coach, man?
Who's doing it better?
Who's doing it better?
No.
But right, there's some pluses and negatives for both of you.
But you know, I don't want you to say nothing. You
Exactly.
know, I want you to make an overall judgment once you've seen all of the drills.
It's coming out
That
Monday.
was very
I was
diplomatic.
calling more out on his BS.
It's coming out tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I will literally put a link in the group that we are all in. But it's coming out tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Big shout out
Fabrice,
to Mimi.
Fabrice,
Coach.
who edited that? The whole thing? You?
I did.
Oh,
Oh, that's really going to
Hey,
be biased.
Barry, I love you, man.
No,
No, I love you, man.
Better.
I love you,
Now
man.
we
Who's
can
edited it?
watch
Tell
it.
you.
oh.
I love you, man, Barry.
Are you
Like,
even in it? No, are you even going to be in it?
I mean, you
You
know
want the
what?
unedited version to
I
breathe.
told you.
It's just
Like,
going to be Fabrice
Unedited
in
version.
training.
thank you. Listen, there was times when, you know,
Don't
you
say-
you got two left
When he was your
two left
friend,
feet, right?
yeah.
There was times when he's falling over, he's kicking
Wait,
the ball.
hold on. Not falling over.
Let's see if it's gonna show.
Yeah.
Hold-
I think
hold
he
on.
was in the trailer more than you were, actually.
Do you want to talk about like, as in the like multiple challenges? You know, I'm not even gonna say anything because you know you was talking a lot on the day, and you know, again, I'm not gonna say nothing because again, Nana's kind of got certain attributes that.
Hang
I
on,
don't
hang on,
and vice
Fabrice.
versa.
Are you just calling someone out for talking? After those messages,
Wow.
I could have read War and Peace quicker than I was listening to that. We got the gist.
No,
Why
you
did
know
Mo edit it? Why did Mo edit it? Why did Mo cut it out?
Yeah, that would have
Very
been
good
more
question,
fair.
Barry. Very good
You
question.
know what? You know, again, I think I'm a very fair. You know, I can show my highs and my lows. You know, of course, you know, big shout out to like Nana because again, you know, Nana is literally one of the few players. You know, when I kind of say, you know what, Nana, are you available? Because again, I believe that was a day where we were having a barbecue. So Nana actually took time out of preparing the barbecue to actually film it as well. So again, big shout out to like Nana because again,
So
Nana's
really, he was better then on the day, just for that reason, really. Weren't he?
Let's see the edits.
Let's see the edit. Let's see the edit. Let's see that. But no, again, shout out. But yeah, I will let everyone know in terms of what the show's going to be about next week.
You.
And then we'll take
What
it
about
from
you?
So Barry from Ultimate Soccer, Nana, level 5 referee, and a Catford defender. Coach Barry, founder of Independent, and Laura, the Charcoal's biggest fan. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please go to everyone's Instagram handles, YouTube, all of the good stuff. Like, we are kind of here just to kind of not kind of only entertain, but of course, trying to bring as much knowledge to like you guys as kind of as like much as possible. And honestly, like, how we speak right now is actually how we speak offline. And it's just fun. It's just it's just conversations. And again, that's hopefully what we're bringing to you guys who are watching. So again, thank you everyone that's kind of got involved. Right? I'm right. Cool. All right. See you all next week.
Have a nice week.
See you guys later.
Bye.